Metro Detroit, this is HBL Radio Nation. I'm Brian P. Gallagher.
And I'm Diane Russell.
And we're here again live with another disturbing count. Not only another disturbing count where we're up to 131 mass shootings this year, according to National Gun Archives. We also had another tragedy this week. Another big tragedy, because we had 3 children under the age of 10 years old be murdered by someone with 2 AR-15s. Someone who had military training, military-type training to be able to shoot through the windows. It wasn't the doors. Shot through the fucking doors. Mm-hmm. That's what an AR-15 does. Mm-hmm. Shot through the doors, decimated the bulletproof glass, and went right through it. That chicken wire did nothing to hold the glass into place once an AR-15 shoots it. Entered that way easily. Could easily shoot through any of the locks on the doors that were there as she went through. Luckily, it was only 6 people that expired. And it's an absolute fucking tragedy, because we have 3 children dead. 3 more children dead. Young children. These aren't teenagers that you can say, oh, that's terrible. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. These are children. You can't even say that to these families. These families are beyond completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Your child went to fucking school, and because a bunch of assholes on the right, the ammosexuals who are paid for by the NRA, don't want to have background checks, this piece of shit was able to get AR-15s and then go into a school and kill children. Mm-hmm. It is the guns. Fuck you if you're with the NRA. I know a lot of very responsible gun owners. I'm not saying fuck you to gun owners. I'm saying fuck you to the NRA. I'm saying fuck you to anyone that the NRA supports wholeheartedly at this point, because they're against background checks, which would have prevented this massacre.
And then, well, you can look at Bill Lee and Marsha Blackburn, who are...
I am.
Bill Lee and Marsha Blackburn are the...
Bird's Nest Blackburn.
Representatives from Tennessee. and they suck up to the NRA. That's all they do. Instead of protecting kids. And they want to
Never
ban
really
drag
accountable.
shows. They want to ban drag shows instead.
Yeah.
Because drag shows are killing. Not one drag show has killed a kid. Reading a book doesn't kill a kid. And by the way,
Dead kids
dead
can't read.
kids can't read. I love
Dead
that. I
kids
saw
can't
that
read.
video. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that fucking Representative Andy Ogles with the Christmas picture with the
Of an
his
infant.
kids with the AR.
Not even a child. I wouldn't
Oh,
even
the
call that
one-
a child. That is an infant.
That is an infant, but his own Christmas picture.
The Christmas picture is
With
just
his
as
own
disgusting
family.
as Bobo and all the other
He's
homosexuals
a fucking
out there.
asshole. And DeSantis, rolling back gun regulations, typical, right? They're not pro-life.
We've proved over and over and over again that more guns lead to more deaths.
Yep.
More guns does not make it. How much do you want to keep adding in there? Well, we put a little gasoline into the fire and it got really big. So if we keep adding gasoline, it'll eventually work itself out. So keep dumping more and more gasoline in there. What's going to happen to that fire? It's not going to go out because of the mass amount of gasoline. It's going to blow up in your fucking face. And that's exactly what's going to happen to the homosexuals.
Some of the excuses,
already happened,
right?
and they
Some of
don't
the
care.
excuses that they make. It's too soon. Don't politicize it. Lone wolf, mental health.
If not now, when? If
Yeah,
not
need
here,
more
where?
guns, right? Armed teachers. They've got loose laws.
Armed teachers. They won't allow teachers to pick out books or works of classic art for the children to even look at because it might offend them.
Yeah.
They can't teach about actual human history here in America because it might offend the kids. But if those kids want to take a gun and shoot their teacher like that one 6-year-old did, they can do it. Or if somebody wants to take a gun and go into their school and shoot up other kids, or an adult wants to go into there and shoot
how
their
about
kids.
they want to harden schools? Harden
That's all
schools
part of God's
and make
plan.
them harden schools and build a bulletproof fucking wall and all this bullshit. How about regulate the fucking guns?
Regulation works in the countries where they have actually everything regulated. You're looking at Canada. You're looking at Ireland, the Irish Republic. You're looking at the UK, which includes Northern Ireland, Scotland, and England, and Wales. That's 4 bloody countries right there. Add them all up. Everything. It doesn't match what we do as far as killing people on a mass scale in this country in a week because of guns.
Yeah.
It is the guns. Your fetish to cosplay Rambo
They're gun worshipping
on the weekend
fascist cult, death
is
cult.
not worth our kids'
It's a
deaths.
fucking death cult. They're a gun worship. We are slaves to the gun in this fucking country.
It's not. I think it's a money cult, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Everything comes down to money. It's the people who are sucking up the money from the NRA.
I have a good-
The NRA needs to pay their fucking taxes too, by the way. They're a tax-free
Yeah.
organization.
I thought
You
they
know
were
that?
going out of business. I thought they were bankrupt and all this shit. But somehow they managed to give
No,
Marsha
that's-
Blackburn of Tennessee
No, that's Lauren Boevert's
$1.3 million.
businesses that went bankrupt. Yeah, of course. And they're giving hundreds of thousands.
And we need
tens of
domestic
thousands,
terrorism
hundreds of
laws.
thousands,
We
all
need
of them. It's
domestic
crazy.
terrorism laws.
Right
And
on.
we need goddamn gun laws.
We need the realistic gun laws in place first. Why is any reasonable human being against background checks? Why is any reasonable human being against registration?
majority
Why
of
is any
Americans are
reasonable
not.
Human being against safe storage? Why is any reasonable human being against any of these things and against gun-free zones? It's not the American public that's against it. It's not the reasonable people. It's the crazies who have this concept that they should have the right to go into Kroger and shoot their peas because they don't like their peas. If they were free range peas, they'd be out there shooting them in the fields the way that they do. And the hunters, they can use their AR-15s to hunt their peas and their carrots all that they want. But the thing is that you can carry it in there. You can't shoot your produce and then bring it on out. The whole concept of I need my guns and it's my God-given right to have guns is first of all bullshit. And the main reason that you have them is because you want to defend yourself against a government coming against you. Jethro? Really? Not going to work. Telling you that right now. You're going to get rolled over in 2 seconds.
Yeah. And if we had...
Look at the people who had more guns and more ammo than you. Look at what happened in Koresh And that's my little segue over to you, Di.
Well, and the asshole from Tennessee, he said,
Yep.
we're not going to fix it. We're not going to fix it. Literally said, we're not going to fix it. We're not going to do a goddamn thing.
Did you
criminals
see
are going to be
Leguizamo's?
criminals if somebody...
John Leguizamo's reaction to that? It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
I forget what he said, though.
You work in the fucking government. If you can't figure it out, get out of the way and let the people who do have ideas how to fix it get in there.
Yeah. And we know that Russia gives the NRA money, and then the NRA gives it to the goddamn Republicans. We know this. It's been a proven fucking fact. So now you've got right-wingers doing the Kremlin and Putin's fucking bidding.
I'm pissed enough to stop at the NRA and just say we need to abolish the NRA. Next step is we need to abolish Putin, and get all of his influence out of America. But for right now, I would be more than happy with abolishing the NRA. At the very least, make them pay their taxes. At the very least, get them out of the fucking way of the voting if they're not paying taxes, and keep them out of the politics for right now so that we can get
How about the churches? Because they're
laws
doing the
passed.
same shit.
Nobody's coming to take your guns. We're talking about reasonable gun legislation. We haven't talked about the AR-15 ban, which I am for.
I'm totally for it. I think we should listen to this kid.
That's different.
This kid
but we need to pass all the others first.
Did a 1-minute rant to the GOP, and it's so good. Tony, you want to share it? It's so good.
And you wore one of those AR-15 pins, and you think you're all big and bad and tough and patriotic. What I want you to do after this mass shooting at a school in Tennessee is start going school by school to the families of the victims, and you explain to their face why you think drag shows are more dangerous to their now dead children than AR-15s. Explain to me why Tennessee lawmakers have spent months trying to ban drag shows, but it made it easier to access weapons. The issue was gun control no matter how you cut it. And before you say, Chris, the shooter was trans, I don't give a damn what the shooter was, and I find it very fascinating that now you want to have a discussion about possible motive. If memory serves me right, statistically, I'm pretty sure white men with a history of white supremacy are not going to have a good time during that discussion. You say, Chris, the issue is mental health. Is it? Is that why Republicans are blocking bills to fund mental health in school? You say, okay, Chris, the issue is we need more guns. Really? We have the most guns per capita in the world, and schools are still getting shut up. Try again, try again, try again. You are so focused on niche issues, and eventually people will get fed up. Enough is enough. The issue is gun control, and I am sorry to the victims of the family, man.
That is David Hogg, the next generation,
and
that's what we need to have.
In 1 minute.
That's what we need to have.
He takes down all their fucking excuses. Every single one.
That's right.
From Metro Detroit, this is HBL Radio Nation.
HBL Radio Nation, dedicated to saving our democracy and fighting against fascism and the G.Q.P. It's your world, shape it or someone else will.
Follow us, friend us, subscribe, and all the socials.
So Malcolm Nance had a great take on this.
Well, we're back to Indictment Watch 57.
We're not even done with this, yeah.
Malcolm Nance.
Malcolm Nance had a great take on this.
Dog.
He was on Wednesday on Stephanie Miller. He said the NRA turned militant in the 80s and 90s.
Yes.
They started to stockpile military-grade weapons in their homes. After the election of Barack Obama, it was like the AR-15 is the Minuteman rifle for the modern America. After January 6th, AR-15, their bullets went from 30 cents a bullet to $1.25 per bullet. They're stockpiling for what they think is a second American Civil War. And he said the best way to deal with guns is to license, register, insure, just like you would a car.
Train, test. Yep.
I mean, come on. It's super easy.
Yes.
And then he went on to say, it's a little bit off subject, but we'll go back to it later. Still, it's a slow insurgency.
I think a lot of it stems back to some of the Vietnam War veterans as well, because they came back and they were so pumped either on the thrill of killing people and all the death that they dealt with there that they started a bunch of these little militias all over the country.
Yeah, and that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So they view themselves as as the alternate America, and the 65% of the rest of us are the enemy.
That's
and
right.
Trump is inciting them.
We're the sheeple.
Yeah, and he connected, like, Timothy McVeigh and Waco and the Oklahoma City bombing to Jan 6. He went like step by step. He was like, remember this, remember that, da 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 da.
I'm sorry,
this is
Di,
what
I'm
happened.
going to break in right now because this is what we do on HBL Radio Nation when this happens. CNN is reporting right now, New York grand jury votes to indict Donald Trump.
What?
It burns! Oh, it burns!
Sources tell CNN. I'm scrolling down on it right now. I'm on CNN.com.
Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go. Breaking news.
A grand jury in Manhattan has
Tony,
voted to indict
get out
Donald
the
Trump, according
typewriters.
to 3 sources familiar with the matter. The first time in American history that a current or former president will face criminal charges. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office has been investigating the former president in connection with his alleged... Well, we already know what that is all about.
Where's the champagne?
We
Go
have to
get
wait.
it!
We have to wait. This is... Okay, we've got the breaking news up. We broke it as well right here. We were the first to report it publicly.
Oh my God,
HBL
oh my
Radio
God.
Nation. We were
Breaking
able to get
news.
it. Oh my God.
Oh my God! Breaking news.
Oh my God. This is so broken news. Ready?
Oh my God! Well, technically, MSNBC told us.
CNN as well. CNN and MSNBC.
Yeah.
So we have it verified by multiple sources now. At least the story is verified by normal sources now. So like I said before, it is indictment watch, week 57. And finally,
Indictment.
we've got one.
Tony, where's the champagne?
We've got here is
That's 1 out of
shitload of
4.
beer.
to communicate.
That's 1 out of 4.
Computer says
We got a shitload of
Manhattan
beer.
grand jury votes to indict Trump. This is live right now. Breaking news. HBL Radio Nation brought it to you first. As
Yeah.
far as you know, if you were listening to us, you didn't hear it anywhere else.
Oh my God!
Because we actually have our... Clearly, I'm listening to everything that Diane says when she talks, and I'm not perusing the internet
Oh
for
yeah,
any
you
new
fucking
material.
asshole! You fucking dick! You fucking asshole!
Hey. We got an indictment. There you go.
I know.
It's still
I'm
an
writing it
indictment.
down. I'm writing it down right now. Oh my God. Well, it's about fucking time.
Okay, so this is one of the 2 victories that we've had this week. I'm going to let you go back to your story, but we also have a story about another kind of a win this week against the Republicans, and we'll cover that in a little bit because this is really exciting. This is amazing news. This is great to hear. This is great to see.
Yep.
Finally, something is happening on this. Thank you, Manhattan. Thank you, the Manhattan Grand Jury. Thank you, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, the Attorney General's Office of New York. We really think that this is going to not only move the E. Jean Carroll case forward, this is going to help the others get indictments and certainly slow down his ability to, do a lot of things in the other 2 cases that he has against him at this point in time. January 6th, and of course, the classified documents case. Those testimonies will probably go forward, but he still has the ability to delay everything, which is his delay tactic is that if I delay it for long enough, if I go through the appeals process, it's going to take years. It's going to wind up in years, and nobody's going to hear about it. People are, A, going to either forget about it, B, I'm going to be able to say, well, that was so long ago. Why are they bringing that up now? But this is all his entire way of doing it. I absolutely love it. There you go. Love that. And I absolutely love the fact that we have this indictment. Again,
and literally fuck
your own face. Leave it to New Yorkers to say, "Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, you gonna fraud me?
So you get
frauding me?
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh
You lose.
no,
Good
no,
day,
no,
sir.
Mr. Big Man. No, we're not having that.
It's
Thank you, Manhattan.
Yep. Thank you, Manhattan.
And
This
just like that, a
this is-
porn star saved America.
and a Playboy.
I'm sorry.
And a Playboy bunny because
Adult director.
an adult film actress and director. And the Playboy bunny.
And medium.
I just wrote down
And
today.
businesswoman.
They've connected the Karen McDougal and the Stormy Daniels, showing a pattern of trying to bury.
They use that to show. Okay.
Yeah. And that's why David Pecker went in the second
Payments
time.
from.
Yeah. Now
Nice.
we're totally getting off subject, but yeah.
But yes.
No, I mean, I think it's great. I'm all for it.
Who
This
knew this was going to
motherfucker-
happen during our show?
I had
Who
none.
knew?
I had no, I kind of expected something maybe before they went on this break because they're supposed to
always
go
hope-
on break for like
I was
28
just-
days.
Yes, I was just telling somebody
Yeah.
that they were full of it. They were full of shit by doing that. And I said, here's why. I think they were full of shit in a good way because I think what they did is they said they let it leak out to him that it's going to be that one Tuesday. So he said, next Tuesday they're going to arrest me. And they wanted to see how much violence was going to actually come about. They got ready for it. Nothing really happened. About a dozen people with flags showed up in fancy pants. And then the next time that it might happen, again, nothing. So then they were like, okay, let it go, let it go. We're not going to meet again until next week. Don't worry about that. And then
Yeah.
after that, we're going to be off for about a month. Don't worry about it.
Drop-
Bam! Now we got you.
Drop the hammer.
And that's what they did. They bam! Now we got
I have
you.
a whole segment on this, so we
Love
got to
it.
go back.
Love it.
We do got to go back because I do want to finish our whole discussion on the whole gun thing. I want to read this.
Dithering, internet options.
I'm going to start
Control
dancing like
Alt
Mick
Delete.
Jagger in that fucking horrible Mick Jagger, David Bowie video.
Right.
Once we see him do the perp walk.
Oh God, it's gonna be fucking
Hey,
beautiful.
where the
I'll
white
learn the
women
dance.
at?
All right, go back to the guns.
That
okay.
was applicable. Thank you, Tony.
This is a quote from Supreme Court Chief Justice Warren Burger, and it's from like the
Yes.
60s or the 70s. I can't remember.
It's from the 60s.
Yes, 60s. Quote, the gun lobby's interpretation of the Second Amendment is one of the greatest pieces of fraud, I repeat, word fraud, on the American people by special interest groups that I have ever seen in my lifetime. The real purpose of the Second Amendment was to ensure that state armies, the militia, would be maintained for the defense of the state. The very language of the Second Amendment refutes any argument that it was intended to guarantee every citizen an unfettered right to any kind of weapon he or she desires.
Absolutely. It was meant
So-
to keep the state militia to fight the other states, to keep the other states from encroaching upon them.
Yeah, and also when that was written, we were fighting, we just fought a war for our fucking independence from fucking England. And everybody had muskets.
Well, yeah.
Well,
But
yeah, you're talking about when the original amendment was written.
yes.
Yeah.
Second Amendment.
We had the Revolutionary War, and then 1776, we became a country.
Yeah.
And that's the tyranny that they're trying. Oh, the tyrannical government. Guess what?
Right.
In the Second Amendment, it doesn't have the word own.
Yeah.
Doesn't have individual in there either.
Yeah.
It has well-regulated militia, which is why I've always said that a well-regulated militia killed 3 kids the other day. And anyone on Twitter who has disagreed
Yeah.
with me, I've said, oh, so you agree that it's an individual then? Because you need to reread
Yeah.
the Second Amendment. It's for a well-regulated militia.
Yeah, yeah.
Always stated that.
And if you think, that's why I want to.
And I'm
I
not
got to go
against-
over the stuff that
I'm not
Keith
against
Olbermann
gun
said.
ownership. I'm against the gun ownership and the wide open wild west that we have now.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
responsible ownership. There's responsible
We
gun
had a
laws.
ban. We had a 10-year ban in 1992
We
to
did.
2002, a 10-year ban on bump stocks and weapons of war, and it worked because we know
Mm-hmm.
that in the 90s, it reduced mass shootings by 43%.
It did. Some
And-
movies had to actually film overseas because they couldn't use automatic weapons anymore. That was part of the rule.
And Bush, GW, the second junior motherfucker, let the ban expire, and mass shootings skyrocketed to 239%.
Yes.
So, again, the Republicans are the reason why children are dying in schools in America. Period. End of story. I don't want to hear fucking another word. And that motherfucker, Andrew Clyde, wearing the goddamn AR-15 pin on his tie
disgusting.
the fucking
It's
day
disgusting.
after.
It's
It
disgusting.
is disgusting.
It's showing up at these kids' funerals and it's spitting on the bodies as well.
I saw this quote, and I'm sorry I don't know who said it, but there's something deeply hypocritical about praying for a problem you're unwilling to solve. And I'm like,
That's right.
That's it. You keep praying, you keep showing your goddamn thoughts and prayers mean goddamn nothing.
Yeah, it's a great way to say I'm not going to do anything about this, but I
Yeah.
don't want to sound like an asshole.
So Hal Sparks, The NRA put out a tweet, and I forget what it said, but it was something bullshit.
I responded to it.
Hal Sparks said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, right? And I think it should be our comeback to every fucking time they fucking open their mouths, right?
Mm-hmm.
About abortion or this or that or the other thing. How about AR-15s are portable abortion machines? 5 words. It will fuck your whole argument in the ass with no lube. Fuck your argument. You want to talk about abortions? How about the abortions that are happening every day in our fucking schools around the country?
That's right. That's right. And, it's like in Florida, if you can't shoot it or drive a monster truck over it, then Florida thinks it must be gay. So it must be litigated against. It must be banned. So apparently, guess what? Bans work.
Oh,
you even agree that bans work. You ban books, ban the fucking AR-15.
Brooklyn Dad Defiant on Twitter writes, the Republicans have banned CRT, books, abortion, saying gay, black history, contraceptives, voting drop boxes, drag queen readings, Michelangelo's David, and tampons for students in Ohio. But assault weapons, bans don't work.
That's right. They banned books, thought. They banned
critical thinking.
They've banned independent thought. They've banned independence. They've banned safety. It's gotten to the point, there's a famous saying in U.S. history when we were forming this country, and they all feel they're patriots because they know all about the founding fathers who were like a lot of hypocrites and a lot of slave owners and a lot of assholes. But there was something that was said around that time which was very important about these rights. Very, very important about these rights. Famous quote. And that is that your right to swing your arms as wide as you wish to does not extend to past the tip of my nose.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that means that you can swing your arms around all you want, but the second that you hit me, now you've assaulted me.
Yep.
Now it's a whole different thing. You don't have the right to do that. These people don't have the right to terrorize us in this way where we can't go to the store.
That's what I mean.
Go out to
you
places.
can't go anywhere without thinking, oh my
People
God, am I
have
going to walk
guns
in here and get
everywhere.
shot today?
That's right.
Am I going to go to Costco and get fucking
because
gunned
some
down?
homosexual wanted to cosplay like fucking Rambo, and he thinks that, the Reds are coming, and all of a sudden he has a flashback.
I went to lunch the other day with my
girlfriend.
I went to lunch the other day with my girlfriend, and I was like, either I had to sit in the corner where I couldn't really see the door, or I could sit in an awkward place, like more in the aisleway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I sat in the aisleway because I didn't want to put my back to the door.
Yeah.
Something my military friends taught me about. Don't ever sit with your fucking back towards the door.
Always have an escape plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was,
That's why,
what?
and I won't say their name.
We named this episode 17 of the HBL Radio Nation, Violently American.
Yes.
A week ago today.
Yes, we did.
Before the shootings, before Waco's speech, before all of it. And you know what I wrote down? Planned Parenthood isn't killing children. The NRA, Republicans, Russia, and the churches are funding it. They're funding it.
Mm-hmm.
They want children to die. They make more money every time a little kid is killed in fucking school. After fucking Sandy Hook and nothing fucking happened there.
Something happened. Do you know what happened? Gun sales went up.
Yeah.
Gun sales went up because people felt that they needed to protect themselves. That same asshole that you brought up earlier who said we're not going to fix it, when asked later about, how does he feel about his little girl going off to school and potentially becoming a victim, he looked back and kind of laughed at the reporter and said, "Oh, we homeschool her."
Yeah, we homeschool.
And by we homeschooler doesn't mean that his wife is sitting at home with the kid. His wife is off doing whatever. They
shopping,
have a nanny
probably,
that they've paid because they've got all kinds of cash, and that nanny is putting them through the online programs, and that little kid is growing up with so much privilege and so much
and
I
a
can
gun.
do anything I want. Oh, and guns.
And then they're little kids with guns.
You said something I didn't like, I'm going to get daddy's gun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's how it happened. That's how it happened with the 6-year-old here. And guess what? people get access to it. The Crumbleys are the parents of a mass shooter here in Michigan at the Oxford High School.
Yep.
They were just found that they've gone through all their appeals. They are going to have to stand trial now to face responsibility for leaving the weapon in a situation where it could be obtained. They did not safe store. They knew that there were troubled signs. They knew their child was troubled. They actually bought him a fucking weapon. They've done the opposite of everything that a good parent should have done.
Yep. And the kid who shot the teacher,
And
the
they're
6-year-old,
now up
the
for it.
6-year-old,
Trial is up for it.
their parents, the kid who shot the 6-year-old that shot the teacher, his parents have to be held accountable. Have to.
Yes.
Fuck this bullshit.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking have guns lying around your fucking house,
Not locked up.
not locked up. It's a bunch
Knowing
of
that your
bullshit.
kid has been talking about how depressed he is and how he wants to kill everyone at the school
Yeah,
already,
yeah.
and draws pictures of shooting the teachers and stuff.
So-
by the way, my chair just loosened up a little bit, and I heard a snap. So if I go tits up backwards, just know I'm not quitting the show. I just maybe, my fat ass was too much for the chair. Sorry.
Okay. I have no idea.
I'm just so happy about the indictment for Trump.
I want to get to this real quick, and
Sure.
then we can go on to.
Then
Send you
let's
the
go to
on to-
Florida. Let's go to Florida after
Well,
that
we can
because
go
I
on to
want to do
breaking
Florida,
news, too.
and then we'll go to breaking news. Yeah.
Send you into full
Keith
coronary
Olbermann. I have to
meltdown.
highly recommend Keith Olbermann. You can hear him on iHeartRadio. He does the countdown with Keith Olbermann. It's OLBERMANN. Anyway.
Former
He
sports
did
guy,
a
former
show
big
that
league.
was so good today. It was all about guns and the Second Amendment and everything. It's called The G.O.P. Has Shat on the Dead Children in Nashville. And I would add to that and all the others. So it was today's episode, March 30th, 2023. So anyway, he said very clearly, there are people in this country who want to keep this happening. We live in a hell where children die by gunfire in a year than from any other cause, and more than on-duty police officers and active military members. Let that sit in, because everybody you keep hearing, the number one cause of children dying is gun violence.
Gun violence,
but you
yeah.
never hear it next to
It surpassed
more than on-duty police officers and active military members. That's a big deal.
It surpassed it surpassed car deaths.
Yes.
I think just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it's still going up.
Yeah. And he said
Crazy.
I didn't write everything down, so I highly recommend everybody go listen to the show. It's always an unfair fight because the victims are always unarmed. They want to kill people they don't like. There is no war on Christians. There's never been a war on Christians because that's what they're touting now. Republicans let this happen. Republicans equals gun massacres. Massacres equal Republicans. Without an entire political party prostituting themselves for the gun lobby, they would lose all their political power.
The vast majority have prostituted themselves to the NRA at the very least.
They would lose all their political power, and the cards would fall from
The
there.
NRA shouldn't be tax-free organization. It's ridiculous. So much ridiculousness there.
And so then he went on to this. He's like, you really want to fuck with them? You really want to fuck with them? Now, he spelled it out a lot better than I'm going to say it right now, but I think you'll get the gist. Blue states keep red states from going bankrupt. Blue states have gun laws. Red states do not. Do the math. If the red states don't agree to do gun laws, then the blue states can stop paying into the federal government, and the red states will fail. Threaten the red state gun lobby, the death lobby, the oil lobby, economic civil war by economically strangulating them and doing what's right under the fucking Constitution. And if they say, you can't do that, oh, guess what? Yes, we can. It's constitutional under the Second Amendment, our rights to the security of a free state. So go fuck yourself. That's what the fucking Second Amendment says.
And Gavin Newsom's Democratic California.
Thank you, Tony. I needed that standing ovation.
That's why I waited. Gavin Newsom's Democratic California is the 4th or 5th largest economy in the world. So they're carrying like 7 or 8 of the red states. Now.
I'm for real.
Right now.
He did some stats. He did some stats like what New York.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I think New York puts in like 25 billion, and Florida takes out 36 billion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Florida, we're all here. We like Ike.
Yeah. It's insane.
Running?
We should not be funding red states anymore. You won't fucking let women have abortions. You won't do anything about gun control. You won't do anything. You want to ban books.
Ban books.
You want to fuck off.
Ban CRT.
Okay, fuck off.
Be racist.
Then we'll stop giving your government money after that hurricane.
Florida,
after
the
the
dick of
fucking
America.
tornado when Alabama and
Yes.
Mississippi were fucking decimated. How about no more federal funding? Go fuck yourself. You do it yourself.
Florida being the dick of the nation.
I need a beer too, babe.
Being led by a bigger dick, Ron P. Santis, of course, because when he was in Guantanamo,
This
he
is
was
so
in charge
great.
of piss tests and all that. So Ron P. Santis had a bit of an issue. He wanted to submit his Don't Say Gay bill. And the Don't Say Gay bill, the transgender and or homosexual members of Disney had issues with it. And they
The
made
owners
a
of Disney had an issue.
and
with
they
it.
made a statement.
And the owners had.
But they did it as all one, which was great because they, it was really representative of the entire company.
Yeah.
Which I fully agree with.
Yeah.
And what they did is they came out and they said, "This is wrong. We're not going to agree with this. We're telling people to actually vote against it."
Right.
Ron P. Santis was so upset about that someone would talk against him that he decided that, okay, Disney, you have had control of the land that your amusement park sits on for almost a century or so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not quite, but 3/4 of a century.
Oh, it's 100 years this year.
Has it been 100 years? Wow, a full century. That's incredible. So you've had control of this property for a century at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that, hey, you're not allowed, I'm going to take control of this from you because you said something, you talked against me. You said what I said wasn't right. I'm going to take my vengeance out, and I'm going to take control away from you. So what he did is he said, okay.
Like a toddler.
He put an executive order in place that took out their board of directors as far as this the land use board.
Yeah.
So the land use board got decimated, and Ron P. Santis put in only people that agreed with him on that board who were all going to give Disney a hard time. And they weren't going to let Disney do anything, and they were going to get vengeance for Ron P. Santis because that's what they're about, vengeance. It's not about doing anything for the people; it's about hurting others. Yeah. He was going to hurt the Mouse House. So
That's
the
the
Mouse
whole
House,
entire G.Q.P's fucking political platform.
you don't fuck with the Mouse House.
I
the
know.
Mouse House is fucking smart.
The mouse.
They've been around
The
forever.
mouse fucked DeSantis.
Oh, let's see. You wanna fuck with me? Huh? Let's see how I'm gonna fuck with you back. Huh? Okay. So
You gotta read
what
it.
we're gonna do is I'm not gonna read it like that.
Oh my God.
What we're gonna
I wish you
what
would.
they did. Just breaking. What they did is they went back and they used a clause from the 1700s, something that was still available to use, that they could use all the time. This clause is called the Royal Clause, and it's a clause that was used many times in the 1700s by patriotic contracts done for land usage. And because this one's been around for so long, it actually is grandfathered at a point where they can actually put this in because the original contract was in. This was a common clause when this contract was originally put in place. And very quietly, before the last act of the previous board was, they gave control over to the Mouse House. They gave the control back to Disney, stating that this will only expire 20 years after King Charles III's last descendant passes away. Now think about that. People have been saying, so that's 20 years. 20 years. No, it's not 20 years. It's 20 years after his last descendant. So Lilibert, And her descendants are going to have to pass away before this can go away. It's a brilliant move. It is just.
Pretty bird.
Oh.
Pretty bird.
Chef's kiss.
Oh, Ron P. Santis, you wanted to go up against the mouse.
I think it was like the last paragraph of the fucking thing, and they didn't even. I don't think they read the whole thing.
I'm gonna bend you over like a Russian whore, huh? That's
There
what
is
I'm
only
gonna do.
one way.
Huh?
I don't think they.
Oh yeah, you like it, slut, don't you? Huh? There you go. Take that, Ron P. Santis.
Piece of shit, Santa.
Piece of shit, Santis. Huh?
Oh my god, that is so fucking
Ooh, is it
funny.
my
They
turn?
totally fucked with them, and I swear to God, they didn't read the whole thing.
Oh, you're gonna die, you motherfucker! You're gonna die!
They didn't read the whole thing.
No.
And he's like, he got so owned. He got so owned by Disney.
He got pwned.
Oh my
on
God,
that
it's so fucking beautiful. It's so beautiful. He's just such a piece of shit. And look at what he's
Yep.
doing. The state is fucking, everybody who lives there is like, hates it. You know? Everybody who lives there that I know hates it, wants to leave.
He's one of those guys that nobody probably has ever liked the guy, you know.
He's probably locked in a fucking lockers many, many times.
You're
a goddamn
disgrace!
And his fucking wife trying to look like Jackie O. Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. Your Stepford wife isn't fucking playing it shit with me.
You stole my reference. I was going to say, you know, he can take his Shitford wife and go wherever. So I was going to say the Shitford wife.
Okay, well,
You
yeah.
actually went for the Stepford wife. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, because that's
This
what
is why we need to talk before the show. Which one of us is going to have the shittier rip on this person tonight? Let's do them both.
God damn.
Let's do them both.
So, what week is it? Waiting for indictments? I guess it's like not.
Week 0 now.
It's week 56.
It was week 57, but now it's become 0. Now it's become week 0. We have an indictment.
Week 57
Week 57.
since January 6th.
Week 57 since January 6th. Yes.
Oh my God. Well, I have to write that down in my notes because I just like the stats.
You're tearing me apart!
57 weeks.
I love all the various pictures of
Come out, wherever
Deck stand
you
number
are.
5 as he's on the screen here as they have the scroll Donald Trump indicted underneath it.
I know.
Is that one?
Donald Trump indicted.
No.
I've been waiting to fucking hear that for 7 years. Actually, probably longer than that because I knew he was a goddamn crook. But I didn't think there was anything you could really do on it because when you pull the string of New York real estate, the whole fucking thing falls apart because they're filled with a shit ton of corruption.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
So yeah, we were waiting last week. We were like, oh God, still waiting. Da 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 da. And you know, Donald Trump said last week and Tuesday he was going to get him arrested, and none of it happened.
All right. Am I the moderator?
The judge.
Yes. Am I a moderator?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Of course you are.
So everybody was like freaking out about the whole, the grand jury's going to take a vacation, and everybody's like, oh shit, oh fuck. And what happened?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. I think it was kind of like a
This is what
tamp it down.
Anybody
And
a
then
dog or a
bam.
little kid. This is how when you catch them doing something shitty. This is like, you know,
Yes.
you walk up. Oh, you're okay. You're okay.
Cry
you're
wolf.
Okay, you're okay. Gotcha.
Cry
All
wolf.
that shit has happened.
Well, bam.
The judge had ordered all these Trump lawyers to testify, like a list of fucking 20 lawyers of Trump's fucking piece of shit lawyers. And he, Trump truthed on last Friday.
Rage
34 fucking times. It was insane. He was saying
Rage
death and
truth.
destruction, catastrophic to our country. And we know when he says catastrophic to our country, he means catastrophic to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just fucking bullshit. And the photo with the baseball bat.
If they can do this to me, they can do this to anybody who's committed the type of crimes that I've committed. That's really the end of the statement that isn't spoken out loud.
Yeah,
I
he
think.
was calling what's Alvin Bragg a fucking animal. If let's see, all the prosecutors and all the people who were involved, and he called him a degenerate psychopath, and I go, That's projection if I ever heard it.
I was just forced into a reboot on CNN, and it just the rebooted page has that now.
Donald Trump indicted. Look at that.
You can see that. That's
You can't see it, but yeah.
Trump indicted.
Yes.
We had Alvin Bragg.
I knew they were going to do gay stuff to him, but I didn't know they was going to report about it in the CMMs. Trump indicted. I don't eat M&Ms because that's who sponsors CMM. That's the M&M and CMM.
We had Alvin Bragg's office receiving hundreds of death threats 12 hours after he posted that. And it was Trump's post that, what he's doing, it's called stochastic terrorism. He's getting these other people to commit crimes for him. Mm-hmm. And we know that a lot of those calls and a lot of that shit came from Russian agents. We know that. It's been reported.
But we have laws put into place for that because of the 70s.
Yeah, on January 6th, because of stochastic terrorism, people attacked the Capitol on January 6th.
That's right.
And, by saying, if you don't fight like hell, you won't have a country anymore. He inspired Caesar Sazek, you remember that guy? To send pipe bombs to Democrats in 2018.
Yes, that's
the midterms, and Trump attacked Dems and liberals
too,
and people like Joe Biden, Cory Booker, James Clapper, Hillary Clinton, all these people, Maxine Waters, even Robert De Niro, and the reason why Keith Olbermann was on the second list, by the way, that the FBI found, and it's all stochastic terrorism. He's got to be, and he was, last week we were screaming, he's got to be prosecuted and convicted, because of 8 years of watching him get away with this shit. We're sick and tired of it.
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
And it's like, don't wait until someone else gets hurt, like Alvin Bragg or any of these other, because he's gone after Fani Willis, he's gone after Tish James, he's gone after Jack Smith. Everybody is going after him. He's going after like gangbusters, and they all have death threats.
That's his whole MO, and that's his cult's MO as well.
Yeah, he's inciting, insisting, demanding, encouraging, beseeching.
You know what it is? It's
instigating, instructing somebody to hurt other people. He needs to have a fucking gag order. He's proven lethal danger to the prosecutors, the witnesses, and anybody who thwarts him.
Diane writes notes, so you better listen, motherfuckers.
He wants someone to murder them, and there should be no fucking bail. After what he's done, if any other defendant had done what he's done with that picture and anything like that, he would get no bail because he's a threat.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Basically, a lot of what he's done is he's created a slightly more psychotic version of "leave Britney alone," and that's what all the Trumpers are at this point, especially with this indictment, because they're not given the chance to go out and do the violence. They're reduced to yelling and screaming on the internet now. I want to actually flip over to Twitter at some points here just to see how rage twatting some folks are. I'm sorry to use that word, just popped into my mouth, but I don't want to use the real word because I don't want to support that.
I like your style, dude.
Ellen Husk. I don't want to support Ellen Husk in any way. So,
well, I'm sure we will hear plenty of it. And the thing about it,
There's
everybody
gonna
that
be
I follow is
median.
they're Democrats and liberals and.
But you know what they're doing
well,
right now?
I'll tell you what. This is the thing. The Dominion case is.
They're loving it.
The Dominion case is so big and so fucking strong. It is insane. The new shit that came out.
Go ahead.
The new shit that came out with the Dominion case, unredacted Fox emails and such.
Yes.
Where
has it been that long?
Yes, it has. But we've got Dominion case, the Smartmatic case, and Ray Apps, and
But on the Dominion,
but the thing about it is that Tucker Carlson last night was still spewing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
All this news is coming out about how he fucking hates Sidney Powell and Donald Trump and all these fucking people, but he's still out there spewing bullshit because the Fox News viewers won't change the channel, so they don't know any of this shit is going on.
On the Dominion case against Fox News, all of a sudden, within the past month, suddenly, out of nowhere, Newsmax has gone from being on the verge of bankruptcy and claiming bankruptcy to suddenly having a shitload of a presence everywhere.
Mike Billup.
They are taking it over, and they are the ones who are going to get the baton passed to them if it's not being passed right now.
Mike Lindell hates Fox.
Behind all of the money. You think it's Mike Lindell's money? The dude is living out of his car now. Come on, he's doing his podcast out of his fucking station wagon. To please mama pillows. And they're shitty pillows. You know what they are? They're pillows that he buys from China, and he cuts them up, and then he stuffs them into new pillowcases and sells them back to you for 3 times the amount.
I know.
It's nuts. Those are shitty fucking pillows, too. I tried. I couldn't even sleep on
He's funding Newsmax,
That's me.
Steve Bannon, and
My
Fox
cats
News.
don't sleep on them.
No.
He's funding Newsmax, Steve Bannon show, and Fox News. In fact, there was emails that came out today about Tucker Carlson literally saying, we have to get Mike Lindell on the air because he's the only one who's keeping our doors open.
I'm sorry. Are they showing his plane because he's expected to have to fly in for the indictment right now?
Dude. I think he's going to flee.
Go where?
Can you imagine if he just flees to Saudi Arabia or fucking Russia or someplace?
You're fucked.
Thank you for joining us for another great Cinco de Mayo. Here we are, the 5th of May, and here I am, comrades. Here at Trump Tower in Moscow, we have the greatest taco salad of all time, skis.
I can't imagine. I just can't imagine him.
Shut up, Melania. You know these people more than I do.
I can't imagine him being
Speak
arrested.
the fucking language, for fuck's sake. Jesus, wept.
I can't imagine him being arrested because it just seems like he's gotten away with it for so long, and it's almost unimaginable to think that he might be arrested and have to be.
If he shaves off that terrible comb over, will
oh my
anyone
God, it'll be
recognize
so worth
him?
it. So worth it.
Please.
So
Like
Russian
that, like
email.
that.
Here we go.
Oh,
Russian
okay.
email accounts sent a series
Andrew
of
Tate.
hoax bomb threats targeting the Manhattan District Court and attorneys' buildings for 3 days this last week. So Friday, it was Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week, I believe. And so, so that Tuesday,
That's one
Wednesday,
of the big
Thursday.
banned books right behind her, actually, on the screen up there. I'm sorry to mention that, but it's great to see that people are doing that representation.
They
They're
were
putting banned books
postmarked
behind
from Florida.
Negative.
And on Friday morning, a suspicious white powder was delivered to the office of District Attorney Alvin Bragg in an envelope.
Right, but it turned out to be creamer or something.
Yeah,
didn't it?
but it doesn't matter. They still, with the note inside,
creamer.
With a note inside it saying, "I'm going to kill you." I'm going to kill you was the note inside the envelope with the powder. So, in the emails, in
Sent
the language,
from Orlando, Florida.
Yep.
Yeah.
The emails.
Oh, yeah, postmark.
The emails used language that echoes the Trump's recent attacks on the case.
Heaven's waiting room.
Referring to the downfall of our country. You people are destroying America, and the New York PD said Tuesday. The threat emails, they were like, oh my God, dude. When you see this, you're like, Jesus Christ, these motherfuckers. What?
You're on a roll. I'm calling you Butter because you're on a roll.
No.
Yeah.
Diane,
you don't want me to go over it?
No, you read. You do the research. Brian's just here.
Sent from an unidentified individual who stated they're placing various explosive devices at locations throughout the city.
Love you.
musky Marge.
Evacuate before bombs go off. You people are destroying America, and we will destroy you. You people are disgusting degenerates. Fuck you. And everything you stand for, you are responsible for the downfall of our country, and you will die. Those are the kind of threats that were going into Alvin Bragg's office. Again, if any other person had done this and was getting death threats to go after,
look at the
they
screen.
would be
look at
in
the screen.
fucking jail.
I gained such respect for this grand jury, and perhaps even the grand jury system as a whole. What?
I've never heard Tony do a Drumpf impersonation.
The evidence is so overwhelming in my favor and so ridiculous. Lee bad.
He's gone a little Mark Hamill Joker with it. I like it. Yeah.
Drop the sick witch hunt.
Drop the sick witch hunt. Now.
Well, the thing is he was saying that they dropped the case. They dropped the case against me. And no, they haven't dropped the case.
Of course
He's just been indicted. Trump responds to indictment. I wonder what his fucking tweets are now.
Oh my God!
We're watching his fucking airplane because I'm wondering if he's going to get on it and fly
his truths
to a different fucking country.
It's his truths. You know, whatever his truth that if he rage truted right now, he's rage truting right now. We're going to wait.
Oh my God!
5 minutes later, people are going to be posting screenshots of it on Twitter.
Okay, I bet Twitter is blowing up.
Twatter. Sorry.
Happy first indictment day. For those who celebrate, I shit you not.
We do.
Woo!
Oh shit!
Slancha.
Oh, I think it's time to all right. Trump indicted in an illegal hush money scheme, becoming first former U.S. president in history to be persecuted. Listen to me. Holy fucking shit! Donald Trump has been indicted by the Manhattan DA. Pop those champagne corks, buccos.
Yes.
New York grand jury votes to indict Donald Trump. It's all stop viewing Trump indictment as the first U.S. president ever be indicted and start viewing it as merely Trump's first indictment. I agree with that. Trump is melting the fuck down on his fake Twitter, and it's absolutely fucking glorious to behold.
There you go. Great.
Gets the hose again.
You know, this is the first of the two big criminals of the day that could be convicted this week, or it could be indicted and get a conviction, all that sort of thing.
You lose.
The other, of course, being Gwyneth Paltrow in the skiing incident.
Oh God, Jesus.
Keith Olbermann said, "Pray for Donald Trump" from Kyle Rittenhouse. Pray for Donald Trump from
Kyle Shittenhouse.
Yeah. And then Keith Olbermann said, "I did," with a champagne bottle.
That's nice. That's nice. Because I oftentimes, whenever the homosexuals or the Rethuglicans get a little weepy-eyed, like, you know, when Con Jr., gets all coked out and gets all weepy, I love you, man, and, starts posting, why you guys hate my dad so much? He is on coke. He's totally on coke, It's very often at that time that I just, say that, well, because
I love Jeff Tiedrick. I love Jeff Tiedrick on fucking Twitter. Now let's go live to Melania Trump for her reaction to Donald Trump being indicted for the Manhattan Agreement. Look at.
Yes. It's Lucille Ball.
It's Lucille Ball.
Filling up a couple martini glasses.
That might get us a strike.
No.
I know.
Holy shit, it finally happened. Trump has been indicted. Can I get a hell yeah? Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, this is what I tried. Like, this is, I knew it would be like this, I have gained so much respect. Is that the one you've got? Yeah. This aged well. The tweet he's got up right now.
Yes, he does.
First they came for Donald Trump, and I did not speak out because I was laughing so hard I couldn't catch my breath.
Who the fuck said that?
You did it, Stormy Daniels, the most important porn star in American history. You're damn right she did. Oh, God, it is glorious. It feels good. I'm happy. You know, I've been this happy in a fucking long time.
I'm looking for the European take on it right here. So.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
What's in the box you're touching?
What's in the box? What's in the fucking
Donald
box?
Trump to face criminal charges in a first for U.S. ex-president right there on the front cover of the Irish Times.
Nice. Say it in an Irish accent.
Donald Trump to face criminal charges for the first time for a U.S. ex-president.
You dick.
It's the first time that he's ever had that coming. So there it is. First time. Yes. Of course it is. Of course, the fucking first time. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's a trap.
Jennifer Aniston says there's a whole generation of kids who don't find friends offensive.
Oh.
Jesus fucking wept he did.
My mother,
Can we make something fucking happen about the friends thing? You know, this Donald Trump thing, whatever the fuck, you know, but you know. In other news, Aer Lingus can't take off because there's a dog on the runway. Well, that dog's got to, he's having a day, isn't he? He's got to have his time. You know, you let him go, boy. You'll take the plane off when the dog goes
You want to hear Michael Cohen's statement on the indictment?
An Irish news
God.
script.
Do you want to hear it?
I don't know. You got to say it very New Yorky.
I require
Hold on, I have to think about that.
shadows.
New York coffee.
Is Michael
For the
Cohen
first
is
time
very coffee talk.
in our country's history. I can't do it.
First time in our country's history.
A president, current and former of the United States, has been indicted. I take no pride in issuing this statement.
That's why they're on vacation.
To also remind everyone to presumption of innocence. Goddamn motherfuckers talk right over me.
Go ahead. Jesus
no,
Christ.
forget it. Fuck you.
Go ahead.
Shit in the background.
I take no pride in issuing this statement, and I wish to also remind everyone the presumption of innocence as provided by due process clause. However, I do take solace in validating that no one is above the law, and not even a former president. Today's indictments is not the end of the chapter, but rather the beginning. Yes. Now that the charges have been filed, it is better for the case to let the indictment speak for itself. And two things I wish to say at this time is that accountability matters, and I stand by my testimony and the evidence I've provided to
good job,
District Attorney, New York.
I've got a very good headline here from BBC News.
Okay.
This just in from BBC News. Trump likely to be arrested in the coming days. As it turns out, Mr. Trump, the first ever serving former U.S. president to face a criminal charge, actually denies any wrongdoing, so he's kind of a whoopsie-doodle on that, and they say that they're actually going to be arresting him, so isn't that lovely? Wonderful.
That's very lovely.
Wrong, bitch.
There's
how lovely. How
Trump
wonderful.
wait, hold on. Come to our Trump indictment party right now on Twitter Spaces. I mean, seriously.
I love that.
The indictment of Donald Trump
awesome.
is no longer cause for joy. The hard work and grand juries must be respected. Now, let truth and justice prevail.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mary Trumpness.
Mary Trumpness, that's a nice one.
Grand jury has voted to indict Donald Trump over his role in hush money paying the porn star. Yeah.
Oh my God.
According to 4 people with knowledge.
This was my mind talking.
Oops, I mean, how terrible. Oh my God. I love this guy. Can you see it?
Jeff Tiedrick.
Jeff Tiedrick. He's like, ha 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 ha. He's like, oops, I mean, how terrible for Donald Trump. MAGA idiots and
Maggots.
MAGA idiots and quackheads. Quackheads. Okay, are triggered as fuck right now. Yeah.
It's.
I bet.
It's pretty insane. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, it's so good. I'm so fucking happy. You know, speaking of which, we needed domestic terrorist experts. We're worried about, the Waco, Texas rally. I'll tell you what. We listened to that fucking rally, and it was. Hold on, I'm all fuzzy now. I have to do the slow.
You're not fuzzy.
Okay,
No,
it's
you
not
just
that bad
been drinking.
anymore.
That's all.
Indictment.
No, it was fuzzy. But anyway,
Indictment.
yeah, they were really
Listen down,
worried
listen
about the
down,
Waco
listen down.
thing. And his fucking speech, man,
Are we in a
was
van? Because we had a fuzzy dime.
fucking dystopian hellscape fucking bullshit. You know what it was? It was a list of slogans. I heard a list of fucking slogans.
Talking head points, yeah.
And a list of trigger words.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Keep
whoa.
it simple. Keep it simple to be repeatable.
And
That's the whole thing.
Their dog
Keep it simple
whistles
to be
are no
repeatable.
longer dog whistles. They're total fucking blowhorns. We were talking about this before the show.
Yeah.
How when they say Soros, they mean Jew. When they say woke, it means black. When
Yes.
It's like they've copped the language. Just like they've copped patriotism. You know, being a patriot means that you have to be behind Donald Trump. No. Patriotism is loyalty to the Constitution of the United States, not one fucking man. We don't have a king in this fucking country. And we fought a war for that. So go fuck yourself.
Yes.
If they're all like, oh, we like the Constitution and we like the Second Amendment, well, then you gotta like the First Amendment and all the other fucking things that go along with that.
You little shit.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is that people get very, like, they think the amendments are a salad bar. Like, I agree with this one, but I disagree with this one. And because I'm American, I can disagree with that one. Yeah. No, you can't. That's part of the whole thing. I've said it many times before with my argument about reparations, which is that my family was never Americans until a generation ago.
Are you second generation American?
Yes.
Me too.
When they became Americans, when my family became Americans, we took on everything it means to be American, all the good stuff, but all the bad stuff too, all the debts that are owed as well. So I've often said that, look, Christians and Catholics are supposed to be tithing 10% every single year. If we took half of that for 1 year, 5% of all that income for 1 year, put it into a fund, equally distributed it to African Americans, people who were descended from African American slaves, and people who are descended from indigenous peoples who were horribly mistreated, it's not going to make anybody rich. It's not going to be a big check, but it's going to be a handshake. It's going to be an olive branch.
I just don't even see it. We can't even ban guns. How the fuck are we gonna?
For me, it's a wholly different thing from that. But I think it's something that we have to do as a nation. But first, we have to ban the guns.
I agree with you 110%. Yeah. But when you've got a whole entire political party who's
against it,
against everything,
against it,
everything,
they ain't for nothing. But luckily, we have seen today that eventually, after week 57, that Donald Trump is finally being, and this really doesn't go to week 57. This goes back 8 years, right?
I mean,
do I have a cursor?
We knew that he was a goddamn criminal before he got in office. I mean, people who had their heads screwed on straight.
What's in the fucking box?
We knew that.
Yeah.
But you know, I keep going back to, I keep thinking Trumpism, and what Trumpism is really is stochastic terrorism. That's what it really is. Yes. Because if you think about it, even the right-wing Karens out there who are attacking people in grocery stores, or just verbally, or were harassing people. That Trumpism is actually stochastic terrorism. What he is doing is he's given these people, we keep saying,
carte blanche.
These people permission and carte blanche to be as racist and homophobic and fucking every fucking thing, nasty, ugly thing on the fucking planet.
Yes.
But what that is the result of stochastic terrorism.
Yes. Indictment watch for this indictment right here that we're looking at for the wrongdoing, since the wrongdoing itself. Are you ready for this? No. This isn't about January 6th. Are you kidding me?
No.
The indictment for this right here, the Donald Trump indictment that we just finally got.
It
was Indictment Watch week 431 and a half.
So what year are you starting it from?
8 years back.
So 8 years.
Because
You're entering a world of pain.
It was 8 years and 3 months ago. 8 years and 3 months is what I based that on.
431.
431, because 8.3 times 52, 52
and you're
weeks
going
in a
back
year.
to the 2016 election.
52 weeks in a year. I'm going 8 years back. Yep.
Well, the thing about it is that the Stormy thing happened 10 years before that. So you could either
Happened
add,
10 years before that, but the payment was 8 years ago.
That's what I mean. So
Yes.
you could even go further and go
I
10
could.
more years.
I could. That would be, another 520 on top of that. So that would be 951
Why do you have to be such a wanker?
951
weeks
since
he slept with.
since she saw the mushroom.
Break my foot off in your ass!
Since she was attacked by.
By the way, I got to tell you. Okay, so when we were on Hal Sparks' show last night, I asked the chat to give me their favorite nickname for Donald Trump, and there are some fucking gems in here, right?
Oh, of course.
There's Cheetolini, kind of okay.
Yeah.
Mango
Cheetolini is like
Mussolini,
that.
yeah.
Love it.
So we got Tiny Penis, Orange Overlord, Orange Pig, Darth Traitor, Orange Caligula,
Orange Caligula, of course. we like.
BG Spanky Face. Because Spanky, Stormy Daniels called him Spanky.
Yeah, but why BG Spanky Face?
Blowjob, Spanky Face. I don't know.
Oh, BJ Spanky Face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nunt Hunt Donald.
Stormy Daniels' attorney responds to Trump indictment. Sorry, I hit it.
What does it say?
There's no joy in seeing this man indicted. It is a sad day, but I do have a place of great deal of respect and confidence in.
Oh, shit.
And it
It's
just
all right.
switched off.
Okay.
Jesus.
But it was a very
yeah.
professional statement from Stormy Daniels, well paid and.
Maggot mouth, stage 4 syphilis, micro penis, the Don father. I came up with Sniffy McWhiney because he was sniffing during that Sean Hannity
That works
interview.
for his son too.
It's like every 5 seconds.
That also works with
Jackball dumpster fire.
quote
I don't
fingers
know.
McCrackhead. Yeah.
And then I said Sniffy McMushroom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Stinky McMushroom.
Tony said mouth Mozart. He's Mozart with his mouth because there's things going on everywhere. There's no
Shit's flying
there's shit
everywhere.
everywhere. I don't even know what's going on.
John
Lawenda
John
mouth,
Deff in the chat just said Mango Unchained.
Mango
Mango
Unchained. Oh, nice.
Unchained. That's a great one. John Duff, I love you, dude. It was great talking to you today. Trees and Weasel.
Trees and Weasel. I like that. Yeah.
Derp a derp. IQ 45.
Yes.
Or wait, orange orangutan. Okay, so he's like orangutan. You know what I'm saying?
Orangutan.
Yeah, orangutan. Yeah. I
Orangutan,
can't even. Yeah.
Orangutan.
Yeah. And Dopey Drumpf.
Drumpf, because that's his original name.
Yeah.
That's the family's original name. It's not Trump. It's Drumpf.
DRUMPH MPF. Yeah. And Tangerine PAB. So yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta add Mango Unchained.
I would actually change the PAB one from that to infected PAB. Because with his Dextane 5
Stage 4
new-
syphilis PAB.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
John Duff
Prince
just
Albert
said,
has nothing on this guy.
John Duff just said Dr. Zeus.
Dr. Zeus. Dr. Zeus.
Who's that? Who's Zeus?
Rock me, Dr. Zeus. Dr. Zeus from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, is that what it's from?
The orange orangutan.
Yes.
From yes, what's his?
Apes, yeah.
Well, what's his nuts called? I don't like to say his name anymore because he's a fucking asshole.
Well, we just came up with a whole bunch of names.
I know, but no, the guy that called him the orange orangutan, and he got sued for it.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Bill.
I know.
Here's a show on HBO. We don't like him anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Called him an orange
Murder.
Ring. Yeah.
Got sued for it. And it
Phil Murder.
Made him produce his fucking birth certificate.
Phil Murder on Hey You Blow.
In a fucking lawsuit.
Clearly, that's not related to anything else. I mean, we don't even need the satire out for we.
I know. But we've come up with some great nicknames for that fucking
douche nozzle.
Gold toilet shitter.
Douche nozzle. Beyond douche nozzle. Oh my god.
Cheeto lips.
What a great show. What a great show to have.
We got
breaking news.
Breaking news.
Fucking news.
Donald Trump's been indicted during our fucking show.
Brought to you
by Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal.
and Cheeto lips.
Between the two of them, I've done a lot more, investigating on one other than the other. By the way, I have noticed that in my investigation of this whole thing, and in my background checking, and in my in-depth, studying of Stormy Daniels and all of her works, let me just say that in conjunction and tying a couple of stories together today, that Disney has always told us that stepmothers are nasty and evil, and Pornhub has really taken the other approach. So just wanted to put that there. I also wanted to say something very, very important, and this is a real one. It's not a joke. Thank you for the previous and the joke. I'll wait for that because this is a serious one. Those of us who are still on Twitter, you might remember Aunt Krabby. Aunt Krabby unfortunately passed away earlier this week, and we pass along our condolences. We do not send thoughts and prayers.
No.
But R.I.P. Aunt Krabby, and we are going to keep up the crabbiness, and we are going to keep bitching at the right and keep up the good fight as best as we can.
Eric
Thank
Bollert.
you so much.
Eric Bollert, we lost him. He was a person who called out, it was a while ago, but still, it's like that's the kind of guy that we really miss. We miss people who call out this bullshit.
Yep.
And that's who Aunt Krabby was.
We got to always call it out when we see it. Aunt Krabby calls bullshit was her, Twitter handle.
Amazing lady. And I was super sad to hear about that.
Very much so. We've got a few minutes left here. We've got Donald Trump indicted up here.
Yeah.
And it is
can't stop giggling.
Hal Sparks is going to go out of his mind.
Oh, my God. Hal Sparks is going to be on next. And, we were going to have an after-hour show, but
I can't tell you how much I love the fact that I was right when I called on the grand jury earlier, that I think they're just trying to BS him.
Yes.
And trying to make him feel like, well, they're not going to do nothing for a month.
They were trying to tamp down the rhetoric.
And I'm just going to get into, like that guy in Colorado earlier this week. I'm just going to get out here. I'm going to, my girl's in the hot tub. All right. I'm going to crack a little booze. Here we go. Oh, yeah, we're getting ready. We're getting in the hot tub. Gets in the hot tub. You know what happened to the guy next? Fucking mountain lion comes out of the woods and mauls his fucking head while he's in the hot tub. That is what I hope happens to a couple of the members of the Trump family, but
I want Georgia to drop next.
It's going to be just as detrimental. I mean, it's going to hit him in the same way. That's what I'm saying.
I want them all in a row. I want it like a fucking.
No, I want the others to take their time. Let them roll this one in.
Spread it out until.
Because
spread it out till the election.
Yeah, make it last, baby.
Fucking A, take your sweet time.
Sweet old
Don't take your sweet time. We're going crazy. No, but just
you took your sweet time to get here, but now that we have this, April's
going to be great. We have the E. Jean Carroll case coming up. We have the Dominion lawsuit coming up.
And E. Jean Carroll is going to get DNA.
If he's actually arrested and fingerprinted and photographed, they also take your DNA.
Donald's nutsack acid. They are going to get that for this at this point.
Acid.
That DNA. That's what they say. That's what they say, baby.
You're gonna get his acid.
I gotta say that was a good one right off the fly. I didn't have any notes on that one. I just bam.
Well,
this is why they hire me.
Yeah, this is why you're here.
How about no?
My job's done for this show. Thank you.
You made Diane really laugh really hard that I had to bend over and I couldn't laugh in the microphone.
You're talking in third person.
Of course. Of course. Brian enjoys talking about Brian in third person.
No, I normally never do
Crazy
that.
Dutch bastard.
Ooh, look at that. Jinx.
Dutch bastard. What the hell is that? You know. Going now to Big Dutch the Swede. Big Dutch, what do you say?
You dick.
I say that this indictment watch bullshit is over. Can I come back to the studio now? That's what I say.
Like me to come in there and wash your dick for you.
Indictment is over, sir. Your indictment, sir.
Who the fuck said that?
You lose.
I'll tell
Good
you
day,
the folks
sir.
said that.
What's that? Do
a
that
fucking
one.
said it.
Nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That's it. We're going to Depeche Mode concert in November. I'm very excited.
Oh,
for that.
congratulations. Depeche Mode is absolutely fantastic.
I know, we love them.
I would love to go to the next Bauhaus show, but I think Peter Murphy just got put in the hospital for something. But the last, since they had the reunion at, what's the big thing?
Lollapalooza?
No, the other big one. It's a big summer show.
Fucking, I know what you're talking
Caligula?
No, not Caligula. Thank you, Tony.
Now I can't stop thinking about that.
Good thing you look good, boy.
Burning Man?
No, not Burning Man. It's close to that, but it's almost that. Coachella.
Coachella.
And at Coachella, the end of one of the nights, Bauhaus got back together. So of course,
don't do that to the table, please.
It starts.
Bouncing everything
It
and the
starts
microphones
off.
and everything.
It was bouncing before too.
Yeah.
But it starts off with Bela Lugosi's dead, and you're waiting to see. What is Peter Murphy going to come out in? Right? Is he going to come out in a big like Neo from the Matrix type outfit? Is he going to come out in like some weird like Edwardian suit that's all black or something? What is he going to do? He comes out. Crane brings him out. Upside down.
Like a vampire.
Completely ensconced. With the microphone laying in his hands. And he's upside down and he does the entire song like a bat. Upside down.
That's fucking great.
Fucking Peter Murphy, man.
Yeah.
And the
That's cool.
So we're pretty close to it.
Well, wait a minute. I wanted to just hit this real quick because
Go for it,
this morning when I woke up, the news was that the grand jury testimony of David Pecker has tied Trump directly to the payments to Karen McDougal, the Playboy bunny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his alleged a broader scheme to suppress the negative stories about Trump during his 2016 presidential campaign. And it's a conspiracy charge. Conspiracy between Trump, Cohen, Davidson, and Pecker. Shows a pattern of behavior. And Keith Olbermann called it a pair of payoff paloozas. A pair of payoff paloozas.
Nice. Nice.
I couldn't
It's
stop
not a
laughing.
tumor.
A pair of payoff paloozas. So it's kind of like it wasn't too far off from them really indicting him. Do you know what I mean? It was getting close.
Yes.
It was getting very close. And
he will surrender next week. Trump defense lawyer has already responded. He will surrender next week.
Game over, man. It's game over.
maybe.
Okay,
because we don't know until the motherfucker actually shows up, right? And what his lawyer says, it isn't exactly what fucking Donald will do.
But here's the thing. Flight risk wise, his Secret Service would have to go with him.
Yes.
So they kind of know where he's at. I don't think he's that much of a flight risk because of the Secret Service.
He can't leave here, dude.
If he somehow ditches the Secret Service,
won't happen.
Like through some bizarre I Love Lucy weekend at Bernie's kind of scheme, then we'll see what they're going to get him.
Put it past him.
They're going to get him pretty quick. They're going to. He's too much of an idiot to get anywhere with us.
There's probably a Russian yacht off the fucking coast of Mar-a-Lago right now.
They don't
ready
want him.
to.
He's not valuable to them anymore.
That's true.
They don't want him anymore.
Yeah.
All he's going to do is just cause them a whole bunch of prostitutes that are going to pee on him. Di, did you have any final words for this beautiful week where we finally are done with Indictment Watch? There's so much. It's
there's
overwhelming.
so much, and it's been a shithose of news. And I just want everybody to remember.
That is a long
I want everybody
it's
to
happiness.
remember.
It's happiness. All right, remember.
I want everyone to remember. I'm
We're
focused.
Here.
I'm paying
We're
attention.
here, Diane.
It's your world. Shape it, or someone else will. And one of the reasons why I got so politically involved is because when you're ignorant, it's their power. So when I started getting politically involved, pretty much around Donald Trump, I mean, I kind of was during Obama, but not nearly what I am now.
They brought you in.
We see the fascism. We see it. And if it's encroaching every day, day by day, incrementally, it's like the frog in the warm water. And then you turn on the pot, and then now the water's
slowly boil it.
So slowly boiling.
As opposed to trying to drop them into boiling water.
A slow insurgency on our country
Like a
for
lobster.
50 years.
Yeah.
Donald Trump accelerated it.
Affirmative.
Accelerated it 110%. We see it. We see the fascism. We see your banning books. We see through you motherfucking fascist Nazi piece of shit assholes. Go fuck yourself. I'm tired. I want to get back to something that's fucking normal. At least somewhat normal. Because it's never been good. It's never been good for everybody in this country, and we know that. And it's time for people like us to stand up for everybody else. Because we, as white, cis, gender, married, no children, whatever, okay? I know you don't understand those words, but just trust me, they're the right words.
Okay.
Pretty bird.
Yes,
pretty bird.
We have to start standing up for black people.
Yes,
and the
that's what we're
LGBTQ
doing here.
community
Yes,
and
we're trying.
women, and that's why we are here.
Share.
That's why we are here.
Absolutely.
We are
Subscribe.
HBL Radio Nation, dedicated to saving our democracy.
We have 4 minutes left.
Fighting against fascism and the G.Q.P. And I will do that. I will do that. I will do that until the day I die, because I realize how fucking bad it is now. It's gotten this way because we didn't do shit about fucking Nixon. We didn't do shit about fucking Reagan. We just found out that Reagan fucked Jimmy Carter out of his election by going to the fucking Iranians or whoever it was and say, hold on to the fucking...
After the election.
Our own government told them to hold on to our own people until after the election to
then,
use it for leverage.
Political.
And it's against, of course, Jimmy Carter, who until 92 years old, I believe, 92, 93, was still
building houses
for the homeless.
Houses for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity. I'm sorry.
My uncle was a big part of that until, one of my uncles was a big part of that until, Alzheimer's got him.
Yeah.
And
it's like, fuck these motherfuckers. That guy who was the guy that yelled about how the G.Q.P. are cowards and all that about the guns. Do you know who that?
Jamal.
I got his name wrong. I got his name wrong before, and now I'm like upset that I got his name wrong.
Well,
he's looking for it right now.
I don't know how to do this. Oh, here he is.
Well, you're scrolling. That's how you do that.
Can I unfollow him? Yes, I can.
Yes.
Jamal Bowman.
Yeah, Jamal Bowman. Where is he from?
New York. That's his Keith Olbermann's congressman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. He was loud.
And proud.
He was loud, and he was not going to stand down.
Yes.
And that's what we need to be.
Yes.
Well, that's one approach. We need a multifaceted approach. We need approaches on multiple levels to be able to make change. But
Keep
right
twatting.
now, we've got enough twats out there to be able to get things happening. We've got enough outrage out there to make things happen. My final words for tonight are you done?
Yeah, we got 1 minute.
We got 1 minute. My final words are going to take a lot less than a minute, so I'll just talk for a little bit about how Donald Trump is indicted. Indictment watch is over.
That's so great. It happened
We
during
thank you
our
so
show.
much. We're going to dismantle the entire newsroom here. Get rid of the teletype. Fucking teletype's going goddamn nonstop ever since we started this fucking thing. Fuck all you little people. Go away. Go away. That's right. The big reporter got the news. Yeah, that's right. I made it. No thanks to any of you. So thank you. Indictment watch is over.
And pull the fucking trigger till it goes click.
John Depp just
I want
says
to thank our Lord Cthulhu
we have
for
the best drops.
the indictment watch being over. And my final words for the evening. It's kind of retrospective. It's the older I get, the more I really, really miss a lot of the people that I've lost in this lifetime. And it makes me really think that maybe being a trail guide was the worst profession I could pick.
Trail guide.
Anyway, that's just a joke, of course, as my final words always are. And we hope you have a wonderful week.
And I don't fucking get it.
As we are now. I'll explain it to you after the show. That'll be good. So you have a wonderful week. Enjoy the indictment, as we do. We are HBL Radio Nation. Follow us, subscribe, link, do all the social media stuff
Follow
with
me
us.
on Spoutable because I'm getting
We
off
love
fucking
it.
Twitter. Fuck Twitter. Fuck Elon Musk, that piece of shit. Peace out. We'll see you next week.
I love peace out after that. We love you. Have a good week. Bye-bye.